Well, British journalists are criticizing quite harshly Omid Scobie's new book about the British royal family Endgame, hinting that Harry and Meghan had a hand in this opus, but it is royal expert Richard Eden who is dotting the i's. He directly and unambiguously says, Endgame was written at the request and dictation of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Obviously, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are not in a position to come out with new attacks on the royal family, but they want to throw something on the fan, because the ashes of offences are still pounding in their hearts, b. to add oil to the fire by other people's hands, drawing attention to themselves and their racial claims to the royal family. It is quite in the spirit of the Sussexes, c. the new scandal around their names helps them to remain popular. And it's working so far. Omid wrote the book, and even if Endgame had not been at the center of the Dutch translation scandal, when the Dutch version miraculously included specific references to two royal racists, King Charles III and Catherine, Princess of Wales, the book would still have attracted attention and the Sussexes would have made headlines again. But that didn't seem enough, hence the Dutch Endgame. Here the calculation was correct and it worked. The second round of the scandal with royal racists, who once wondered how dark will be the skin of the firstborn son of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, is discussed at the level of global media, Harry and Meghan again from every iron. Omid Scobie assures that he doesn't know how it happened that he submitted to the publisher, in his words, the original of his manuscript, where the names of the royal racists were not mentioned, and then they were named in the Dutch translation. The translator, Saskia Peters, claims that she translated exactly what she had in front of her and that the English original provided to her for translation contained the names of the royal racists in black and white. The obvious version of how this could have happened was named by British journalist Victoria Derbyshire. During an interview with Omid Scobie on the BBC, she asked, "Could it be that originally you did specifically mention the identities of the royal racists in your book, then on legal advice removed them from the draft, but it was the draft version of Endgame that was sent to the Dutch translators for some reason?" Omid Scobie was silent in response. It is clear why he kept silent, because Ms. Derbyshire's version is working, and the reason for this oversight is on the surface. Someone was extremely profitable that in the Netherlands, a very small edition of 5,000 copies was published with the names of royal racists. The losses are not great, the print run was destroyed and it was clear from the beginning that it had to be destroyed, though, of course, it is interesting why the publishing house Zander, which commissioned the translation into Dutch and printed Endgame in the Dutch version, is so indifferent to what happened. With a stoicism worthy of better use, Zander's spokeswoman said that yes, there was a mistake. The entire erroneous print run at the request of an American agent has been withdrawn from sale and destroyed. The correct Dutch version of Endgame will appear in Dutch stores on December 8th. And, as they say, that's all for the moment. Thanks for your attention. I have a question in this connection. Zander Publishing House just doesn't want to draw attention to the incident with Endgame in order not to spoil its reputation with unnecessary words, which has already suffered a lot, or the management has received enough reward for this reputational damage. That's why they don't make a fuss. The second question is, who needed this publicity stunt so badly? Omid and his main publisher, HarperCollins Publishers LLC of America, to boost sales? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, to stir up a scandal, re-injure the monarchy and hit the headlines? Or, I don't like conspiracy, but, puppeteers Harry and Meghan, who really want to weaken the British monarchy and the United Kingdom? Well, royal expert Richard Eden, speaking on the Daily Mail Palace Confidential podcast, said, "Let's be clear. Harry and Meghan are Omid Scobie's bread card. They really are. He wouldn't do anything he thought would upset them." When Meghan stated this to Oprah Winfrey, she knew exactly what she was doing. She set this bunny in motion, and those names could always come up. The Sussexes wanted this hanging over the royal family. They wanted to do as much damage as they could with these interviews. They knew it would be remembered, this disgusting odor would hang over the royal family. So Omid, directly or not, is doing the bidding of his masters, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Richard Eden continued. It's appalling, it's disgusting. There are many people, including the royal family, who for objective reasons cannot repay the Sussexes in the same coin and give an equal response. I mean, imagine how poor Catherine feels, the pressure she feels, with all these interviews with Omid, and the accusations in his book. She's trying to be above it, but it's very difficult. Meanwhile, sources close to the Duchess of Sussex, who allegedly named the names of the royal racists in a letter to Prince, then 2021, Charles, told The Telegraph that she never wanted their names to be publicly identified and that no one in her inner circle gave Mr. Scobie the information. Leave a comment and like the video, please.